In the Independence Hall of Korea, you can see a letter that Young Bong-gil wrote to his sons. Devote yourselves to the independence of your country as long as you have breath in your body. Since the process of the independence movement is very similar to that of our gospel, the letter greatly touched my heart. What does it say in Daniel chapter 7? The little horn waged war against the saints and conquered them. Thus, we lost our spiritual language. For a long time, we had forgotten that the Sabbath day is Saturday. For about 1,600 years, we had not kept the Passover and had forgotten that it is the truth that contains God's special grace. Since the little horn, the devil, the enemy who speaks against God, won. We had lost our ability to speak and write the spiritual language. We had lost all wisdom and knowledge of the kingdom of heaven. That is why we had remained silent for about 1,600 years. For this reason, God came to this earth again and restored the way that Satan had changed. Let us take a look at the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 15. I, Daniel, was troubled in spirit, and the visions that passed through my mind disturbed me. I approached one of those standing there and asked him the meaning of all this. So he told me and gave me the interpretation of these things. The four great beasts are four kings that will rise from the earth. But the holy people of the Most High will receive the kingdom and will possess it forever. Yes, forever and ever. Then I wanted to know the meaning of the fourth beast, which was different from all the others and most terrifying, with its iron teeth and bronze claws. The beast that crushed and devoured its victims and trampled underfoot whatever was left. I also wanted to know about the 10 horns on his head and about the other horn that came up, before which 3 of them fell, the horn that looked more imposing than the others, and that had eyes and a mouth that spoke boastfully. As I watched, this horn was waging war against the holy people and defeating them, until the Ancient of Days came. Who is the Ancient of Days? It is God. Since God could not withstand such things anymore, He came again and pronounced judgment in favor of the holy people of the Most High. And the time came when they possessed the kingdom. God poured out His strength and made every effort to restore the 7 feasts in 3 times that Satan had taken away from us. He restored the Passover and the Sabbath day. In this way, God opened the truth of life, the way of life, so that we can return to the kingdom of heaven. What will happen to the saints after this? It says that they'll be able to possess the heavenly kingdom they once lost. We cannot regain something just by waiting, just as we cannot wait for persimmons to fall from the tree. When we devote our heart, mind, and even life, like the independence activists who devoted everything for their country and people, then we can regain what was lost. Then, what about spiritually? The Ancient of Days came and restored what had been lost. Since we received teachings from Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, now we know our true identity and the importance of our spiritual independence movement. That's why we are carrying out this movement. How are we carrying out the spiritual independence movement? We are preaching the gospel, the 7 feasts and 3 times of the new covenant to all nations, hoping that we will be able to let people know that the way of salvation is in this truth. I would like to conclude today's sermon. Thank you very much.